Hello everyone, and welcome to Star Trek Adventures Event Horizon, a second edition game of Star Trek Adventures using the rules by Motifius Entertainment. My name is ELH, the Game Master, and joining me are three lovely individuals who will meet right away. Well, one very quick thing, I'm still sorting out some issues stemming from tech problems, so if there is scuff, I apologize in advance. But for the time being, let's get everybody introduced, starting with Peter. Peter, who are you playing, and anything you want to shout out?
Hey everybody, I'm Peter, or Petrus Aquinas around the interwebs, and I am playing Lieutenant Commander Giral, the Temerian Chief Engineer aboard the Event Horizon.
Very good. Ravenslore, what do you got going on?
Hey, I'm Ravens, or Tony. I'm playing Acting Captain Oliver Mason, the CEO of the Event Horizon. You can see me playing various games on Crucible Gaming, on Twitch, or on YouTube.
All right, and last but not least, Steadfast, what do you got going on?
Steadfast here. Richard, I'm Lieutenant Commander Zephyt, the Denobulan con officer and security officer. And just ready to see how the new staff of the station handles existence.
All right. And with that, let's run our opening credits, and then we'll get started. And welcome back. As is tradition for my Star Trek Adventures games, the players have an opening log, and I believe Lieutenant Commander Giral has that today, so take it away.
Chief Engineer's log supplemental. The coaxial starbase, newly christened Cygnus Station, is now fully staffed, and it seems that everything is Massaro when the lake was smooth. As a result of our exhaustive interviews, the station now has Lieutenant Commander Naral as its commanding officer. Mr. Sotek remains on board as the XO, and joining us as well will be the young prodigy, now Lieutenant Koku, as our station science officer. The Event Horizon will now embark on her first official deployment with the station to an area of space known as the Armstrong Patch. Somewhat similar to the Shackleton Expanse in the amount of subspace anomalies, and I think that should give us many opportunities to test both our crews and our ship's capabilities. Since any normal starship would have issues getting in or out of this area of space, we seem to be best fitted for this kind of exploration. Kirk, the stars beckoning. End log.
You may have a momentum for that lovely opening log.
Beautiful.
And yeah,
Nice, love it.
chat's already redeemed evil, so I'm up to 8 threat rather than the usual 6. But we begin today's session with you all on the bridge of the Event Horizon. You are currently docked with Cygnus Station, and you're just going through pre-flight checks before you push the shiny button and zoom off to the Armstrong Patch. As far as everything on the station is concerned, everything is reading green. Everybody is accounted for. Every supply has been fastened down, so if there's any turbulence, it's not going to fly over and hit anybody. Everything looks good so far. You just have to give the command and push the button.
Nice.
What do we know about this expanse?
Yeah, how far away is it? All the fun details.
Yeah, of course. So the Armstrong Expanse is roughly 200 light years from Earth. It is towards the galactic core. It is similar to what I'm going to do for the Pittsburgh game, where it's beyond Romulan space. But the difference here is that overall, this is an area that is surrounded by turbulent subspace anomalies, which means anytime a normal ship or normal warp travel tries to go through this area, you either end up thrown out of warp or you end up thrown off course dramatically. Kind of like a reverse Bermuda Triangle in a way.
Do we have any
2,000 light
intel?
years? Sorry,
200.
200. Copy.
Do we know what's inside the expanse at all?
No.
Like, do we know if is it clear sailing at all, or we have no idea?
All you know is that there is an area that is kind of like the eye of the hurricane, but you need good pilots in that area of space. You need good navigators. But to get a ship or even a starbase like the Cygnus starbase in was impossible until you guys came along.
All right, gentlemen. The good news is if the knowledge of our engines have reached the Romulans or any other government that would like to get them, they're not going to be able to get inside this expanse anyway. So we should only have to deal with what's there, which is a complete unknown.
Yep.
But that's the job description. So, all right. Unless you guys need anything, let's punch it.
Yeah. No time like the present.
All right. So we now do our coaxial jump test, which has been a while, so I will go over the details. So first, I am going to need somebody to give me a control and a science. The ship will assist you within engines and science. Since this is a 200 light year jump, this qualifies as a difficulty of 3.
Ooh. Well, who's got the higher science? Because I've got the ship, but
Oh, I control science. I'm 14. So
Yeah, that's a U.
yeah, 'cause my science is a 2.
do we dare give a threat out this early?
I mean, you do have a momentum.
Yeah. Well, we got one moment. Yeah. We do.
Yeah, for the
Oh,
opening
nice.
line. Yeah.
Oh, we might as well spend that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is 0 successes with a complication, Mr. Mason, which means unless you determination reroll, we have very big problems on our hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are only a few minutes in, and Peter, when the dice fell, but it wasn't me this time.
Yeah. Not you. You dodged it.
Well, we have a mission directive to go where no one has gone before, so
All right, yeah, that'll let you use your determination.
might as well do that, right?
Surely you won't roll another 20. Surely.
No.
I mean, the odds to that
Yeah.
is,
Oh my god.
No.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
you got a success.
You did get a success, which means the event horizon has a success, and that is with a focus on the event horizon, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that is 2 successes with a complication, but it's a difficulty of 3. So I can offer you a success with 2 complications.
Do it. I will take the regulation rocks to the face.
All right, Chad.
Well,
you
I'd
all
like to
heard
play
it.
this
You
session, so
volunteered
yes.
for this.
Yep.
All right.
We'll do that.
So I'm going to be nice. I'm actually going to use one of the complications to give me more threat. So I'm going to go up to 10 threat. But the
Okay.
other complication is that as the event horizon begins to fold space and fold in on itself while attached to Cygnus Station, there is a bit of unexpected turbulence. You again pass through that prismatic blue space, the kaleidoscopic blue space where the Nidarians live. None of them today. They've kind of given you a wide berth after your encounter a few months ago. But as you come out of coaxial space, which again is a weird thing that shouldn't exist in the first place, but as you come out of coaxial space, you're immediately thrown for a loop as every inertial dampener, every thruster, every impulse, whatever, begins flaring in alarm as you nearly fall into a subspace rupture as you exit into the Armstrong Patch. Now, the good news is that you are able to not fall within the subspace rupture, but the complication is going to be that there is going to be damage to the event horizon and to Cygnus Station. Most definitely where you are connected at the moment. So you hear the tearing of metal, you hear the crunching that shouldn't make noises on a starship, and there's warnings of hull breaches, there's warnings of things breaking that really should not be breaking, but everything comes to a stop. And when everything kind of comes to a moment where you can just take stock of where you are in the Armstrong Patch, and it's actually a very nice view outside. Aside from the fact that you've got a subspace rupture that looks kind of like almost like a font of energy that's just kind of looping back on itself, almost like a torus. There's blue anomalies, there's green anomalies, there's purple anomalies, just a spectrum of different colors and rainbows that make for a very pretty sight all around you.
Tornado has launched successful.
Let's get a damage report.
Well, I'm going to run a scan we heard kind of what we've got, but I'm going to run a scan and get a little bit more details on what I need to coordinate the engineering crew from the event horizon and the station to try to make sure we don't unintentionally disconnect.
Right. Well, let's get you some momentum, hopefully, and not more Peter when the dice fell. If you could give me an insight in engineering, difficulty of 0.
All right.
Okay.
Hence the damage report.
Okay. 1 success,
I
1
got
momentum.
1.
There you go. All right. And Arwen just gave you momentum from chat, so you're up to 2.
Nice.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Gerald, the good news is that most of the damage is superficial in the grand scheme of things. You didn't break your carburetor, you didn't break your warp engine. The starbase damage, there was a little bit of depressurization in Cargo Bay 2, but all the supplies within are fine. It's just a matter of you can't actually separate from the station and dock with the station until you fix the hull damage. Because it's kind of one of those situations where you've torn off of the stators, I think they're called, that hold you in place. And if you try to undock in the current condition, you'll rip them out of their housing.
Nice.
Great.
All right. Captain, we mostly have superficial damage, but there are some stators that I need to go repair before we can undock from Cygnus.
All right, well, let's get those repairs underway. Let's get reserve power back to Event Horizon.
Very good.
And we'll, I guess Zephyr and I will start working on a scan.
Yeah, I figured while we're stuck, as long as sensors are still active.
Mm-hmm.
They should be, and potentially you could get Lieutenant Koku to start using the station sensors.
I already have, she says, as if listening in this entire time.
Good.
And I have good news. We actually have found somebody that's already coming to say hello.
Gerald was on his way to the door and just kind of turns and looks at the view screen.
And Koku, doing her job, pipes the image to the Event Horizon's view screen. And sure enough, there is what appears to be a triangle-shaped ship, and I mean quite literally hard angle triangle, like an acute triangle just coming at you. And it is purple in color. It's kind of a purple metallic color. And Koku says, I have no idea who they are. They have not hailed us. But hey, first contact. I look forward to this. I can finally answer that question you gave me during the interview.
Great. I'm going to go fix the stators, and Gerald just leaves the place.
Bring us to yellow alert.
Right. Starbase and Event Horizon go to yellow alert.
I'm assuming we're automatically sending all of the classic greeting signals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Koku confirms. Yes, I've sent every greeting I can think of, and including some only known to dolphins, and nothing back yet.
Are they emitting anything at all?
No, that's the funny thing, is that I can't even tell how their ship is moving. There's no emissions whatsoever.
How big is it?
It is roughly the size of a runabout, so hopefully not too big of a threat.
Okay.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, how long till it gets to us?
Well, as you say that, if you look at the view screen, you see that this little purple triangle comes to station keeping, away from the Cygnus station and the event horizon, and then it just sits there. Doesn't make any emissions, doesn't hail, it just sits there.
Okay.
Let's give it a scan, see what we can see.
Okay. So, since it is a player doing the role here, unless you want Koku to do it, this is going to be a sensors and science for the ship, assisted by probably Mason on this if I had to guess, a reason science for Mason.
Mason will never admit that Koku's smarter than he is.
Oh, right, difficulty. Difficulty of 2.
2's not bad. We had a little momentum.
Yeah, you already got a success from the event horizon, so...
The ship rolled well.
Hey!
That is 5 successes, meaning you get 3 momentum back, bringing you up to 4 by my count. Well done.
Not too shabby.
So, you scan the purple delta, and what you're able to determine is that there is 1 life sign aboard, and it is indeed an alien species that is not on record. You know it's a life form, you know it's intelligent, but you have no idea what they look like, no idea what they're made of, other than the fact that they are carbon-based.
Okay.
And you know what? I think I have 10 threat, so I'm going to spend 2 of it to say that the front of this alien vessel begins to show like seam lines, and the front part of the triangle opens up and fires out a beam. Now, this beam isn't a weapon as far as your shields and your sensors are determined, but they do begin basically probing you, is what I would put it, where they're running a beam along the event horizon, they're running a beam along the Cygnus station.
It looks like they're scanning us back, I guess.
That's fair.
And after maybe about 30 seconds of this beam traveling across various bulkheads, it ceases, the triangle seals back up, and you get a hail.
I'll put it on screen.
Yeah.
So appearing on screen is a interesting mix between a dragonfly and some form of a reptile. So imagine, if you will, the kaleidoscopic and what are those eyes called? Like, you know how the dragonflies have like a 360
Compound
view?
eyes.
Compound eyes, thank you. So imagine like compound eyes, 4 independently working wings, a long thorax, but then you kind of have like reptilian scaling and almost a Gorn-ish sort of body on top of all that.
Okay.
But the alien, thankfully, does manage to be picked up by the universal translator, and he, she, it, they, you don't know, the voice is androgynous. They simply say, "Hello, I was not expecting any visitors."
Hello. Sorry we didn't knock.
No, it's quite all right. It's always nice to have visitors. My name is Ogre. It is a pleasure to meet you, whoever you may be.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Ogre. I am Acting Captain Oliver Mason of the U.S.S. Event Horizon. The station is the Cygnus station. We are from the Federation of Planets, some 200 light years from here.
That is quite the distance.
It's our first visit. We're explorers and recently have come across the means to be able to explore the space. I hope we're not intruding.
No, as I said, guests are always welcome, but And you see his compound eyes head twist just a little bit. My sensors indicate that your ship is quite damaged. Do you need any assistance?
I don't believe so. Or at least my engineer hasn't asked for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, the offer is open at any time, but welcome to the Expanse, as my people call it. We are pretty much a nomadic species. There's many of us in the Expanse. I am just one of the ones that ran into you.
It's a big place. Is there anything you could tell us about the Expanse as a whole, I suppose?
Sure. And he points as if it means anything in space, but he points anyway. He says, that anomaly you actually hit on the way in is known as Visha's Tear. And it's known for that because many, many vessels have been crushed or otherwise destroyed by the anomaly itself. In fact, the fact you only clipped it and survived is monumental. Your ships are far more sturdy than mine.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky.
But let me see, what else? Well, that anomaly over there is known as, and he goes on a very long explanation until you tell him to shut up, of just different anomalies in the area. And every single one is some form of exotic radiation, some form of mechanical deformation of subspace that you've never seen before. Like, the scientists in you are amazed. I am in the middle of potentially hostile space with a broken ship. Part of you's like, okay, this is maybe too much information kind of a thing. But eventually he finally summarized and points to one final anomaly and says, and that is a proto-nebula. Nothing special really about that one in the grand scheme of things.
Extensive list. Thank you.
Well, you're quite welcome. I like sharing information.
Are there any particularly hostile individuals in this area that we need to be concerned about?
Well, I suppose that depends on your definition of hostile. I am aware there is about 3 or 4 species in the Expanse along with my own, and one of them, known as the Ver, is, how do I say this? As long as you are able to pay off the Ver in supplies, energy, information, the Ver will leave you alone. But if you're unable to pay off the Ver, they can sometimes get a little violent.
They're pirates.
What is your species called?
The Ogre.
Oh, so okay.
Yes, I am Ogre, and that vessel
Right.
over there is the Ogre. We all share the same name, I suppose.
Interesting. And you were one of the 4 species in the sector? You, the Ver, and what were the other 2?
The other 2 are known as the Myven, and the GM looks at his notes. The Yer.
Oh, the Ver and the Yer. Okay. Ogre, Myven, Ver, and Yer. Okay.
And what can you tell us about the Myven and the Yer?
Well, one of them's aquatic. In fact, they don't really leave their ocean world for the most part. They're very, very homely. They do make a great dinner, though, which is, if you can ever manage to get them to invite you for dinner, I highly recommend it. As for the other, well, they are, I suppose, a little bit more well together than my species are. They are still nomadic, but they live on grand vessels rather than multiple small ones like my people do.
Which one is which? Sorry.
The I'm getting them already mixed up. This is going to be a problem. The Yer are the nomadic ones on the big ship, and the aquatic one is the other one.
The Myven. Okay.
The Myven, yeah.
So Myven are aquatic species. Okay. And then the Ver are like the mercantile piety kind of vibes.
I would say, as Ravens honed in on it, they're Ferengi pirates is what they are.
Right. Okay. Okay. What do you, the Ogre, kind of focus on as a species?
No, we just make sure the expanse is well cared for. We prevent any anomalies from overtaking the safe areas of space that are in place. In fact, I can't believe I forgot to tell you this earlier. If you look over there, and he actually sends you like data so you can sense or look in this one position, you see that there is a capsule-like object. It is roughly about the size of Cygnus Station, so it's a pretty big capsule, all things considered. But now that you're looking at it, your sensors report that all around the safe area within the Armstrong Patch are these cylinders. And Ogre explains, my species is in charge of maintaining the barrier that keeps out the anomalies and making sure that anyone that does pass the barrier knows the rules of the space, which I hope I've explained quite well so far.
I believe so.
Wonderful.
How do those capsules work?
Well, it's my understanding that they work on a principle of folding the osmotic manifolds of tertiary adjuncts, which more or less causes them to create a nullifying effect which displaces the subspace anomalic gradient.
That's brilliant.
Yes, it is something my species invented when we first came to the area.
Not named.
Okay.
Well, our intention is to, if it's all right with the people here, is to simply park in the station for some time, do some scans, see what we can learn, perhaps meet the locals.
Of course. Just as long as you don't destroy any of the capsules that are keeping the barrier in place, you are free to explore at your leisure.
I can assure you that we have no intention of damaging any of your capsules.
That is good, as the last person to come through the barrier was very hostile and I had to see him on his way.
Who was the last person?
Let me think. It would have been a Sub-Commander Traval. I believe he was a Romulan. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Romulans, yes, we're aware of Romulans.
Well, he was a very unpleasant sort. He tried to cloak, and he didn't understand that I could see through his cloak, and he got very uptight and very confrontational when I tried to explain to him that we don't do it that way here in the Expanse.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, I would like to send you some information on Starfleet for your records for you to peruse and perhaps share with your people.
Well, if it's not an imposition, I'd actually like to tour your station. It's been quite a while since I've gotten out of my ship.
Well, if you're willing to come aboard, I think we'd be happy to host you.
Very good. Send me docking coordinates and I will make do.
All right. Give us a little bit of time to set up, and I'll meet you at docking bay 3.
Very good. Ogre out. View screen goes dark.
How's those repairs coming?
Well, I was going to turn to
I don't know.
Dural at one point. So,
How are they
Dural, you can do this the fast way, the difficult way, or you can do it the easy and long way. Which would you prefer?
Do it the difficult way, because why not?
All right. So this is going to be a daring and an engineering.
Move my best stats.
Best stats. Daring engineering, difficulty of 4, and you have 4 momentum, so I believe in you.
Oh boy. Let's see. Do I have a focus that I can? I don't think there's one that I can finagle in there, because I'm definitely not jury rigging stuff. I want this to work properly. Okay. So it's a difficulty of 4.
And you have 4 momentum to work with.
Okay, I'm gonna burn 1 momentum to get a 3rd dice for sure. Die for sure. Would we be okay with me using 2 more to get another die?
Oh, spend it.
Yeah,
They're there for
absolutely.
Okay. And I don't have a focus. And there we go.
Well, that is 3 successes with a complication, so I can offer you a success with 2 complications.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see what I do to myself.
All right, well, it's not what you do to yourself that's the problem. So
That's what I do to the ship, yep.
you are able to fix the stators. The event horizon can now dock and undock. The problem is until you get out or somebody gets out and does a spacewalk to fully replace the bulkheads and the anchors for the stators, you are not coaxial warping the starbase anywhere.
Nice.
And that's just complication 1. Complication 2 is that Cargo Bay 2 has been unfortunately sealed off, and the only way to get in and out of it is an airlock situation. So you have to go like full spacesuit kind of a thing.
So I have to go on a long spacewalk to fix both of these problems.
Yep.
Nice. Gerald to Commander Mason.
Go ahead, Gerald.
I have fixed the stator problem. We can undock whenever we feel so inclined. However, there are now 2 other issues that need to be resolved on the station itself. So Cargo Bay 2 is currently inaccessible, except from the outside, and I have to repair some plating before we can jump with the station. So we will likely have to undock so that I can fix that in our docking berth.
Okay. Well, that needs to be set as a priority.
All right.
Zephyr's qualified for spacewalks. You should bring him with you. I guess I'll give a tour.
Sounds good.
Perfect. All right, Joel, I'm on my way. We'll have some fun. Be a good view, that's for sure.
That's true, and we won't have any weird goop flying around us this time.
We're going to be the first members of the Federation to spacewalk in the sector of space, man. It'll be fun. What could go wrong?
You said it.
Peter
Not
with
me.
the dice fell.
Yeah, I'll go get suited up and go help Joel.
Okay, so we'll bounce back and forth. So first we'll do the first contact tour. Mason, is it just you? Are you bringing Naral? You bringing Koku? You bringing Sovek? I'll remember the names eventually. Are you bringing your station crew? Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think Narelle and Sotek should be part of this, right? They're the command crew.
Yeah, they're CO and XO respectively.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do manage to get the Ogre. Yeah, it is Ogre. You get the ship docked with Cygnus Station, and as they step through the airlock, you realize that they are very much Gorn-sized, and the fact they're very large. In fact, they nearly touch the ceiling, and they kind of have to stoop a little bit, and their wings have to fold in. But he, she, it, they, very personable. They, kind of look around, and they go, well, this is interesting. Class M environment. Bit more oxygen than I usually deal with, but that's okay. I can handle it, no problem.
Well, it's not often that we get the opportunity to have a first contact, and certainly not a tour so quickly after making one. But come this way, we'll show you around.
All right, very good. And because it's been a hot minute, I'll remind you, Cygnus Station does have a promenade. You could take them along the promenade, but are you showing them command spaces? Are you just sort of giving the promenade tour? Are you taking them for some reason to the science labs? Where are you taking them on this tour?
No, this is a promenade tour that leads to a boardroom to sit down and talk. Not a. You don't get to see the engines. You don't get to see the weapons.
Yep.
Okay. I asked.
You don't know who you are yet.
I asked because when I did Tiger cruises with my dad in the Navy, maybe because he was the captain, I got to see the torpedo bay. I got to see the engine room. I got to see things I think I probably shouldn't have been able to see, but there's a reason I ask.
Yeah, there's some spots you don't get to go, for sure.
Exactly. All right. So as you're walking along the promenade, you make small talk with Ogre. He, she, it, they. They have a few questions here and there, pointed questions like, "Oh, what is that?" kind of thing, like pointing at some table or some replicator, like, "What is that replicator?" kind of a thing. And for the most part, you get the sense that Ogre is at a contemporary or slightly ahead technology-wise of the Federation. It's just that they don't really understand the configuration of the technology. Like, they do something similar, just a little bit differently. But as you finally come to the boardroom and you all take a seat and you replicate refreshments, Ogre kind of just sort of marvels and says, "Well, this has been a very, very pleasant tour. I actually have not had a tour quite this nice before."
Well, I'm not sure how many stations you have in this region of space, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to speaking with your people more often in the future.
Of course. Though, I suppose it will be a little bit confusing since we all share the name Ogre. I suppose I need to give myself an additional designation. Let me think. How about you call me Ogre 1, since I'm the first Ogre you've encountered?
Whatever works best for you.
Wonderful.
Ogre 1.
But tell me, I think you may have said this already, but I might have already forgotten. How long do you intend to stay?
Well, I'm not sure. There's so much to learn, and as we spoke about during our tour, the Federation is at its core an explorationary organization. We like to see new things, explore new spaces, meet new people. It could take us a little while to get our first scans done and get our first results, but we can move along as soon as anybody that owns a space asks us to, if that's required.
Oh, no, I don't mean to be an improper host. Just curious, that's all.
A few days, I think.
Very good. And of course, if you want to stay a little bit longer than that, please feel free to do so.
We may bring out the Event Horizon, our sister ship to the station, and do a little tour. I don't want to run into any of your Ver and get them upset with us, but if you could tell us the safest place to go for us to do some sightseeing, that'd be great.
Well, ironically enough, you are in one of the safest places this close to the tier.
And that tier is not going to suddenly grow 10 times the size and cause us issues?
As long as you don't mess with the capsules.
We will not mess with the capsules.
Well, that's good, because, as I said, it's the Ogre's job to maintain the capsules, so...
Well, if there's any way we could help you do that, let us know.
Well, I've been wondering about that, and its head, sure. I'm gonna make them they, them, because that's more easier in my mind. Their head turns a little bit and looks out of one of the windows, because I imagine this is one of those boardrooms with windows. Looks out of one of the windows at the event horizon and goes, "Your transition technology, it folds space."
Yes, that's a simplistic way to explain it, but at its core, yeah.
That would explain why you only clipped the tier coming in. Well, it matters not how you got in or how you're able to get out. I am simply here to be a good host.
Have you seen technology similar to that?
Well, you remember the Romulan I spoke about before?
Yes.
They were testing something very similar. I don't know if exactly how it folded space, but it did do something a little bit different than the warp technology I am used to.
You didn't happen to get any scans of that ship?
I do.
Would you be willing to share those?
Well, I suppose that depends on what your intentions are with those scans.
Well, that particular government in the space that I'm from are known to be, well, impolite, as you've mentioned when they arrived here. They treat everybody else from where I'm from similarly. If they have technology that allows them to hold space and travel great distances, then that could pose a danger to my government, and I would have to inform them.
Presence command. Difficulty of 4.
Ooh.
I can't do difficulty 4 presence command. No way.
Use that momentum.
I believe in you.
Well, you've got threat, you've got momentum.
Full boat.
I don't
How
know
much
that you
momentum
have
do
a
we get?
focus is the problem. So I'm
No.
looking at your talents to see if there's anything we can give you here. Oh, wait, you should have 1 extra momentum because you have Faith of the Heart, so you should have 2 momentum. And then
gonna
Quick
do it.
Survey doesn't help you here. Plan of Action doesn't help you here. Studious does not help you here.
Was there at any point in that thing that you could have done any of your trait shenanigans there? In your communications?
Well, technically, yes, but it
Right.
wouldn't come ahead because
Sure.
my trait shenanigans are for you guys to make your stuff better.
Oh,
not
true,
for me
true.
to make my stuff better.
Yeah, I think
well,
you're
I'm gonna-
either going
I'm
to
gonna
have to
roll.
challenge a value here, or you're going to have to give me some threat on top of the momentum.
We need to know this.
Could we use, if you need to use a value, we're allowed to use mission directives
That's what they're there for.
for ourselves. You could use the classified mission directive.
But I can't
Sure.
challenge it.
No, but you could use it. You
Well,
don't.
the problem
you
is he doesn't have determination at the moment.
Yeah,
oh,
he
right.
did his-
Never mind.
yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And unfortunately,
Okay.
since he is captain, he can't point at himself and give him a point of determination.
Right.
That's why you need an XO. XO's so good. So
I
what
know.
I can do is I can challenge trust but verify, and I will spill the beans
Mhm.
with this relative stranger about what we know about the Romulans.
Okay, so just
Nice.
mark somehow that you've challenged that value. That'll get you a point of determination back. And just remember, trust but verify needs to be replaced at the end of the session.
And then I'll spend the one we got, I guess, straight.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a focus.
Three successes. So my question is, do you want a success with a complication?
We need to know this, right?
Yeah, this feels like a pretty crucial piece of information here.
Romulans with coaxial drive changes the entire.
Right. All of your
Demographic
fears
thing.
are coming to light. So,
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that complication for sure.
Okay. So Ogre 1, as you explained, the Romulans' problem, how if they have technology like this, it's a big problem. Ogre 1, nods their head along and goes, very well, I can see that this is a very big cause of concern for your people. I will furnish you that information post-haste. And they pull out a triangle pad that is, again, to you, just looks like a featureless metal triangle, but they tap at it with one of their, claws, and a hologram displays above it, and you are shown a picture of what I can only describe as a Romulan version of the Event Horizon, where it is meant to be a ship that folds in on itself. It is a ship that is origami-like in design, that it is very much coaxial coded, is how I'll put it.
Is it like an Event Horizon knockoff?
To put a finer point on this, if the Federation is the United States, then the Romulans are China when it comes to aeronautical design.
It's a Chinese Event Horizon.
yeah, okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That is a problem.
Yeah, so it is enough to, I guess, specify that they may have somehow gotten the information regarding our vessel. It is similar enough.
It is
Mhm.
just enough different that there's plausible deniability.
Ah, yes, of course.
We used
Yeah.
T26 instead of T24.
Yeah.
Mm,
Ooh, stinky.
It has a carbonator instead of a carburetor.
Yeah.
Right.
25% different.
Well, Ogre, with this new intelligence, it seems to me that I'm going to have to cut my visit a little short.
oh, well, that's a shame, but I do understand your circumstances.
It will be my intention to return as soon as possible after I present this information to my superiors. Perhaps I will bring a diplomat along with me to speak with you and the other species in this expanse.
Of course, of course. And might I say this, what did you call it? Replicated herbal tea? Very good. I do much like it.
Well, we'll send the recipe along with you.
Wonderful. And then as small talk engages, we'll cut over to the other two. So, Jaral and Zephyt, at this point, you have suited up in your EVA suits. You have gotten out of the airlock and you are just in space, zero G environment, having a grand old time.
I'm doing like the fun little hops, you know? You get some good distance. Like, man, I don't get to do this enough anymore. It's always so fun.
I take it you're one of the few Starfleet cadets that really enjoyed zero-G training. Everyone else that I've talked to hated it.
This is one of my favorite electives back in the day. I absolutely loved this.
Good to know. Jaral starts doing some of the same sort of hops to
Nice.
try to see if he enjoys it the same amount.
Okay. Let's make a roll of it because you could use some momentum here. Fitness and con, difficulty of 1.
Oh boy.
Nice.
And surely you're
Both
not going
of
to roll
us?
double complications on this. Okay, you got your 1. You're good. You're good.
Nice.
Your discretion how much you like it, but you're not like losing your lunch or anything.
Okay, that's good. Jaral is kind of enjoying this. See him kind of smile a little bit. Okay, so Zephyt, would you like to start on the plating or would you like to start on the jammed cargo bay?
Listen, I'm not really great when it comes to like the deep engineering aspects of things. If there's heavy stuff that's in the way, I can happily clear that up. My hands are here to be as accessible as they can. So just whatever you think I'd be most helpful at, just let me know.
All right, let's start with the cargo bay then.
All right, yeah, that's more my speed.
All right. So it's one of those things where the cargo bay, you quite literally can see into the cargo bay because it's exposed to the vacuum at the moment. Everything is still strapped down. Thankfully, somebody thought ahead and strapped everything down. Otherwise, it would just be floating loose in zero G right now.
Yeah.
But power is out inside the cargo bay. The inertial dampeners, the grav plating, all of it's offline right now. The main ODN line has been cut. The EPS conduits have been cut. So you've got a hole. You've got lines to reconnect. It's a whole thing to do. And you're in zero G environment in EV suits, so even more fun.
Yay! Extra difficulty.
Yep. So this was initially a difficulty of 1. Because it is a zero-G environment, I have to upgrade it to difficulty of 2 and increase the complication range to 17 to 20.
Nice.
Okay.
And this is
to repair this is a fitness engineering.
Ooh.
But you can assist one another on this.
So the complication range was 18
17
or
to 20.
17. Okay. I am going to use, since I'm doing a lot of stuff, I'm going to use my EPS system focus.
Okay.
Since I'm doing a lot of various repairs of all sorts of power systems. Yep. Nope, that doesn't help. That doesn't help. We are trying.
Mm-hmm. You do have 1 momentum if that matters at all.
I think we're going to use it here. I just wanted to see if I had any tricks up my sleeve that I could use instead. Okay.
Well, that is definitely
there's-
Peter when the dice falls. Mm-hmm. And then, Zephit, are you assisting with your own fitness engineering?
What was the diff? Was it, did he need 2 or 3?
So Peter has succeeded. It's just whether you want to shoot for more momentum at the cost of potential complications.
I don't think I want to potentially add to a comp here.
You don't want to watch the oxygen line blow and I go flying off.
No, yeah, I don't. I feel like any more comps would be really bad. Maybe we just hold with the 1 here.
And spending 2 threat, roll anyway.
Oh, valid.
Oh, no.
I definitely don't have a focus.
Just remember, it is a 17 to 20 complication range.
Yeah, and this is. Can I assist Zephit by maybe just like making sure he's not going to go flying anywhere, since my engineering prowess is less good? So would you accept fitness security maybe?
I'll give you fitness security, sure.
All right, I will do that.
Okay, so not a complication, but not a success. So you don't actually help. So
but you don't make anything worse.
I don't make anything worse, which is good.
So Jaral, you are able to reconnect the EPS conduits, the ODN line, the power, and what happens is it kicks on a little bit too quickly. So instead of like settling slowly onto the grav plating, you go crunch onto the deck plate. And because it's funny, the crunch is big enough that your helmet begins to crack.
Oh, no.
That's not good. That's not good. That's bad. What are the odds that there is a spare helmet somewhere in this exposed cargo bay?
Well, that sounds like something you need to go running along and finding.
Exactly. Correct, yeah.
I'm going to reach into my engineering box and search for silver space tape.
Speed tape. You have speed tape. Which I actually wonder. I mean, we do have speed tape for real airliners right now in real life, so you would have to have... Would it be duranium tape, I guess, for Star Trek?
Maybe.
Huh. Anyway, you find your duranium tape fine, and I just like to imagine that you've like duct taped like a big X across your faceplate, so you can't actually see, but it's not leaking air, so that's good. But yes, Zephit, to research this cargo bay, I need you to give me a insight and con at a difficulty of 1.
Okay. Investigation is a focus here?
Yes.
All right.
And surely you won't roll a 20. Surely.
No, I'm not. I'm going to give you a threat.
Okay.
For a 3rd die, and I'm going to try to get some momentum here.
Okay.
It's okay. I've got bold. Nobody panic.
Bold. I was about to say.
Yeah, nobody freak out. Everything's fine.
Almost.
Almost not fine. Yeah.
Well, you did get a momentum, so that's good.
Yeah.
So, you are able to find there is a spare EV suit in here, though you can't like just hop into it because you're still exposed to vacuum.
Right, but if we can rapidly fix this this bay, then it will seal, and then not only will he be sealed, but he'll have another suit at the ready, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So I will bring it with me just in case. We're like, all right, you've got a backup. Can you fix it quickly so that we can get you in there and swapped out, or do we need to go back?
I think I can fix it.
That's not very convincing. Okay. If it looks like you're not going to fix it, I'm just going to start dragging you back to an airlock.
Because it's funny, Mason, at this point, you have left the conference room with Ogre and your guests,
Oh, no.
and you have actually a view out of space where you see that Jural, for whatever reason, has duranium tape on his helmet.
This is the second time I've looked at the window. And seen
Yeah, not going great.
Every time Gerald goes into space, something goes wrong.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine.
They're not calling for help. It's okay.
Well, I'll give you like the thumbs up from out the window. Everything's good.
Ogre just
We'll
kind
get
of
someone
cocks their
to
head
transporter
the side
bay
and
one.
says, that helmet is very obstructed. How are they able to work like that?
When it comes to Starfleet engineers, often it's best just to let them do whatever they're doing,
Ah,
and
just
somehow it works out.
just like the Ogre with the barrier devices. Yes, that makes sense.
Probably so. That's a good analogy.
Would they like help? I would not mind helping them.
You know what? Once the tape came out, it's probably time.
Very good. I will beam out to them immediately. And Ogre pulls out that little triangle again, taps at it, and they beam away. Unless you had shields up. I presume you didn't have shields up right now.
No, I wouldn't think so. Not after we made contact.
Okay. So they beam away, and not moments later, they materialize next to Jural and Zephyt in their own little spacesuit, which is kind of like segmented in a way where it leaves part of their wings exposed to the vacuum, but apparently it's not exactly detrimental to their health.
Okay.
But yes, Ogre looks between the two of you and goes, well, this is exciting. I've never repaired one of these things before, but just point me at a bulkhead and I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
All right. So as a reminder of things that are currently broken, Cargo Bay 2 is still exposed to the atmosphere or to the vacuum. So if you want to tackle that, you can.
Yeah.
You also do have the stator replacement that you need to dock with the starbase and get the heck back into Federation space to spill the beans about the Romulans.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get the cargo bay rapidly.
Let's seal the cargo bay.
Yep.
So I think we need some plating.
Okay. Well, the good news is this is, well, I say it's simple. We've shown today how simple tasks can not go as planned. This is another fitness engineering, assisted by perhaps a fitness security. Ogre will also be assisting. I'm not going to tell you what they're rolling, but they're also going to be assisting. The difficulty on this is a 2, though, because of the forces involved.
All right.
Perfect.
I don't think I have a focus here, unfortunately.
Unless you want to do jury rigging, which, maybe you do. Who knows?
No. I've already made enough of a mess as I
Do
have
it.
tape X on my helmet. Here we go.
Nice.
Okay.
I will assist.
Okay, so that
Okay.
is already 1 momentum. Ogre is going to assist as well. Ogre is
Nice.
rolling underneath a 17.
Wow.
And they roll an 18. Of course they do.
Okay.
So Ogre doesn't really help, but they also don't really hinder. But the good news is you are able to seal up Cargo Bay 2, and it begins to pressurize. It begins to more or less get back to what it should be in terms of functionality.
That's good.
And I swap helmets.
Yep. Swap the helmet out.
All right. So as you're swapping helmets, what do you do with Ogre? Does Ogre sit in Cargo Bay 2 with you? Does Ogre chill out in space? What does Ogre do?
Ogre is welcome to come into the cargo bay with us. I feel like that's a better alternative than Ogre hanging out in space.
Okay.
Unless they want to hang out in space.
They're
And we'll be
ambivalent.
heading
They'll do
back
whatever.
out in space, but they can come in with us while we're pressurizing and swapping suits and stuff.
Okay. So you have a moment with Ogre, and Ogre just kind of cocks their head to the side as they look at you swapping helmets, and they go, You do not fresh print your suits every time you use them?
No.
No.
Interesting.
We
Every
just
time
reuse them.
every time an Ogre works on one of the capsules, we flash print our own jumpsuits according to our needs. Very much like your replicators, except larger.
Do your needs for environmental alter between working on the capsules in different locations, or?
It does, yes. It depends on the location of the capsule in relation to some of the anomalies.
Makes sense. Very interesting. Did you all create the capsules?
We did.
Very interesting. I heard you earlier mention that you, Ogre, were not from the sector of space originally. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Many, many millennia ago, we simply came across this area of space and, what would you call it in your language? Perhaps something of a garden project. There may be other Ogre out there beyond the Expanse, but to my knowledge, all the Ogre that continue to exist are all within the Expanse as caretakers, janitors, whatever word you would care to use.
Fascinating.
Gardeners, another good term.
Do the other species here, the Myvern, or the Myvern and the Yurd, do they assist you in any way with your caretaking of the capsules? If they're, very crucial to the safe, livable space in this sector, do they provide any sort of aid, or no?
No, they leave us be, but we are also not attacked by the Ver. They know not to mess with our operations.
Okay. Very interesting.
Indeed. Meanwhile, we cut back to Mason. Mason, at this point, the command staff of the station are just kind of sitting there looking out the window at this whole affair. And your new CO of the station just kind of says, well, I think that went rather well, except for the whole Romulan thing. That does throw a wrench into many plans, does it not?
They're about 5 years earlier than I expected.
And Koku
What?
speaks up. Actually, sir, can I say something?
Something tells me you will anyway.
An astute observation. The scans that Ogre gave us, and she shows her tricorder, I don't think they've really sort of figured out coaxial drive. I mean, they figured out how to fold space. I can see that much on these readings. But, how to explain this? I know. So imagine you have a cylinder, right? Like a soda can. And you need to fold that soda can down so that it can fit through a small aperture, right? So you have a few ways of doing that. You can either compress the can, or you can just sort of cut up the can and fit it through piecemeal, right? Maybe this analogy isn't quite what I expected, but I'm going to keep going with it. So what our coaxial drive does is it makes us into pieces in this analogy. It's very elegant. It puts us back together on the other side as it should be. The Romulan technology, as far as I'm able to determine, does this. And she mimes taking a soda can and stomping on it.
We're gonna bludgeon our way through subspace.
That analogy doesn't work in any fashion according to how slipstream drive works.
Well, I mean,
I get what you're trying to say. They're brute forcing the
yes.
technology. Mason says as he tries to sound smarter than the genius that he's talking to. That is not above using rank to be able to get away with it. Regardless, even if they've gone this far, we need to make it a priority to inform Starfleet.
Indeed. And this is the CO talking. I do believe that as we're in this area of space, we are cut off from communication. So I suppose it is prudent that we depart immediately. Although, as you again are looking out of the window at the away team fixing the stators, perhaps the Event Horizon should go ahead. I think we'll be secure enough here. I don't sense that we'll be in any danger, according to what Ogre once said. Maybe the Event Horizon should go ahead and deliver the news.
I would rather not separate the two vessels at this time.
Very well. You are acting captain. That is your discretion.
But Koku,
Yes.
I have a project for you.
I'm eager to do 6 of them.
I want one of them done correctly.
Well, it's me, so it will.
I want you to figure out how we can use the Event Horizon slipstream to send a communications array. That way we stay here when it's correct.
No, I don't mean like when it's correct. I mean, when do you want Starfleet to be able to reply to us?
I don't necessarily care if they reply to us. I want to give them this information.
Oh, well, that's easy. I mean, all we have to do is send a message through coaxial space. In fact, she punches a few buttons on her tricorder. I'm pretty sure that as long as the carburetor's working, I can just send a message through that. I mean, you did say you didn't want confirmation the message got there. You just want to beam them a message, right?
That doesn't make any sense at all. How did you figure? Son of a... To the Sheldon, why? 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 Oh, that's why.
Amazing.
You're a genius.
I know, thank you.
For a lieutenant. Let's see about getting that message to Starfleet.
Very good. I'll go do that now, then.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, as Mason is dealing with that monumental crisis on their hand, Jaral, Zephyr, and Ogre, you are now fixing the stators. And this, I pray, will not be a complication roll. For once. For once this entire session. Not a complication.
I promise nothing.
This is true. It is Peter when the dice fell. So, this is going to be another fitness engineering. This is going to be another fitness security. This will be another Ogre assist. I'll roll Ogre first, because Ogre wants to redeem themselves for the horrible performance. You just got a momentum from chat. Thank you, chat. Okay, Ogre has given you 1 success. However, the difficulty overall is a 3. And because it is so important that these stators work correctly, I'm going to spend 5 threat to make a complication range of 16 to 20.
Oh,
Gross.
oh no.
All right. Maybe this is your time for determination here.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one do I want to use?
You could spend determination on a assist too.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm probably going to use mine for an automatic 2 for my 1.
Yeah, I'm going to use my determination, and I'm going to use respect the machine, understand the machine.
Okay.
Because I don't want to do nothing is built to last forever, because that seems like the wrong message to be using here.
Probably.
And then I am going to use 1 momentum to get a 3rd die.
Okay. Remember to check using determination value when you do so.
Mm-hmm.
Peter.
Of course.
Peter. Why?
Every time.
Well, I'm going to use my determination. Ship is the most important member of the crew. Because we don't want to die out here. So then we'll get the 2.
So you'll be at 6 successes.
Yeah.
Which is difficulty of 2, which means you get 4 momentum back. you could spend 2 of that momentum to buy off the complication.
Correct.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so you'll be at 4 momentum after the fact. All right.
Mhm.
So yeah, with Ogre and Jaral and Zephyr all working together, you were able to replace the stators, you were able to seal the bulkheads, you were able to make sure the anchors are working properly. You now can, quite again, dock with the Cygnus station and coaxial warp away.
Okay.
This was all from one die roll at the start.
Yeah, exactly. We really created the B plot here.
So I had ideas for what we would do today, and then you all did that, and I'm like, well, we're just going to do this instead.
Yep.
I mean, if we've sent the information,
Mm.
right? We've sent that intel, encrypted intel to Starfleet.
Mm.
We don't necessarily need to leave, but at least we're put back together.
How long would the coaxial message take to be retrieved?
Instantaneously.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Because we
That's
can
good.
send it basically anywhere, so we could make it materialize like right next to Starbase 1.
Right.
And get it right then. So
But I mean, we do have no confirmation of
Of them receiving, correct.
receipt or delivery. So I mean,
we have no idea if they got it.
we could also just instantly arrive there and be like, "Hey, you guys got the message?" Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then instantly go back. Right. So we're just checking. Did that work? It did work. Okay. Cool. Bye.
That engine is not so safe as we've just learned to be willy-nilly using it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if it does change your decision any, it is easier when you don't have a honking starbase to move around.
Sure.
True.
What is the scale of that starbase? We haven't got a sheet for it.
Did I not put the sheet? I'll put it in next session. The starbase is a scale 4.
Okay. Yeah. So good size, but not huge.
Yeah.
Well, I would say everything's put back together. We've made a friend. We've sent our message. We probably can hop in the event horizon, and I expect next week begin our exploration.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Though we can't end there because we have to make the roll for you exiting the space.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it is a it is a difficulty of 3. It is a control and a science, assisted by the ship's engine science. I have 2 threat remaining. I'm going to spend both of those 2 threat to make your complication range 18 to 20.
So that means it's 16 for the ship.
Yes.
Yummy.
Difficulty 4, huh?
Uh-huh. You have 4 momentum.
We do.
Yeah.
And this is to what? To head back to normal space?
Yep.
Well, we made this trip before. Can I spend 2 of that momentum to create a trait?
To lower the difficulty, you could.
Knock that down to 2?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that, and then I'll spend
Yep.
1 for just an extra die.
Okay.
And then 18 to 20.
Hey,
Ooh,
would you look at that?
yummy.
5 successes,
Beautiful.
meaning you would get 3. No, you would get 3 momentum back for your troubles. Well done. So yeah, we
Very nice.
see a shot of the event horizon docking with Cygnus Starbase and coaxial warping away, and then we see Ogre's ship move towards one of the nearest capsules and just begin working on the capsule. But then, because I find it ominous, because this is our season, not series, season finale,
Ooh.
we see a Romulan ship decloaking. Looks eerily similar to the event horizon. And then it too coaxial warps away.
Ooh. Okay.
And that's where we're going to end
Man.
the season 1
Darn.
of Event Horizon.
We have a nemesis.
Put your dukes up. Let me at them.
Love it. But yeah, the good news is that we are definitely continuing with Event Horizon. I just wanted to kind of bookend the change from going, just willy-nilly coaxial warping to settling down in an area of space. So this was kind of the primer for the Armstrong Patch, or the Expanse, as the Ogre call it. But yeah,
Yep.
a lot of that, as we said, a lot of that today's session was the result of one complication.
It was great. It was great.
I love it.
And
though.
then my continued complications.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then Peter dice fell all over the place.
It truly is a statistical marvel. The amount of complications that we roll.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I'm involved, probability for complications goes up exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a shame if something happened to that spacesuit.
Yeah.
See, but that wouldn't change anything. You could get rid of Gerald, but it's Peter that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not. It's a shame if something happens to that Temerian. It's the player has to go.
Yeah. I mean, granted, we did have higher complication ranges, but there were 19 total die rolls between all three of us, and there were 7 complications.
Wow.
So that's pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, count the dice though. Once you parse it, it's probably closer than you think.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
It's not as bad as I think. Was it Aegir or was it Drake where or was it Kasumi where I just completely bombed out with like 19 complications?
I think it was Kasumi that you had that many.
Yeah.
It always feels worse than it really is when you
True.
statistically.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Love it. All right. Well, Twitch, stick around because we're going to rate somebody, but YouTube, we'll see you later. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.